other car looks or drives like a Mini. From affordable cars for everyone to rally icons of the 1960s. The little speedster appeals to men and women alike and has been winning fans with its unique concept for 65 years.
They're built to run and they're built to fly. There's not a lot of anything in it except an engine, four wheels, a gearbox, and off you go. Every time I get in this car and drive it round and about, I just get the biggest smile on my face.
When I was in London in the 60s, we all used to drive around in Mini Coopers. It stayed a lot younger than I have, I think, and it will continue to stay younger than I do.
It's a Peter Pan car, forever young.
In the swinging 60s, the Mini became a symbol of the flower power movement. Even the Beatles drove Minis.
There's an eccentricity that appeals to those people that likes the Mini. It is a car for everyone, whether you're a housewife, whether you're the everyday working man, or whether you're a rally driver.
With victories at the legendary Monte Carlo Rally in the mid-60s, the Mini also won over motorsport enthusiasts.
No car has ever been as loved as the Mini.
And that's true all over the world. The Mini has captivated all cultures, from Asia to America.
I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world, and there is this little happiness for this little car. There's just this, not rebel idea, but just kind of a little bit different way of doing things.
And right from the start, the Mini was also a favourite of women.
I think they're cute, and I'm all about being cute. I'm a little bit of a girly girl. And there's something about it that, has this, come join me. Come, let's have fun.
As long as I can drive, I'll be in a Mini.
The British Motor Museum in Gaydon is the magnet for Mini fans. Paul Sulmer, one of the heads of the International Mini Cooper Register Club, also likes to stop by here to see the milestones in Mini history.
It was the very first one off the production line in Cowley. It was revolutionary, really, because it was a small box, 5 foot by 10 foot, and a wheel at each corner. So you had a small outer shell, but with lots of space inside, so you could take 4 adult passengers in it.
When oil became scarce due to the Suez Crisis in the mid-50s, Alec Issigonis was commissioned by the British Motor Corporation to design a fuel-efficient car that would offer more than the competition's cheap small cars.
The easiest way to win a battle of this sort is to make a car that is so unusual compared with all the other cars around it that it automatically becomes a status symbol.
And Issigonis did everything very differently from what people were used to. The wheels were mounted very close to the corners of the body, which was only 3 metres long, and a space-saving suspension with rubber cones replaced the usual steel springs. But the most groundbreaking feature was the transverse engine, positioned right above the drive wheels.
If you think about it, if the engine were longitudinal, it would start here and go from here to there. Then there's the fan, the radiator, and then the grille. So right away, it'd be 80 centimeters to 1 meter longer.
The efficient use of space resulted in a small vehicle that weighed just 585 kilos and could accelerate pretty fast with its 34 horsepower. It was an unusual concept, and Alec Issigonis immediately wowed the whole world with it.
The creator of the Mini, Alec Issigonis, is also a very eccentric man. I might call him an artist as well, because he designs such popular cars with his own taste. He does not listen to committees or his boss or something.
The Mini quickly became a symbol of the social upheaval that began in London in the 60s. Its popularity has always been closely associated with the advent of the miniskirt. The Mini also became a favourite car of the decade's burgeoning music scene. The Beatles drove Minis, as did the Rolling Stones. And the musicians remained loyal to the car and performed at all the big Mini gatherings for decades. As did Paul Weller at Silverstone in 2009.
It just sort of symbolises the early 60s, doesn't, you know, for me it does anyway. It symbolises the kind of the sense of there's hope and optimism that still sort of represents that to me, I suppose.
The British Motor Museum in Gaydon also sheds light on another important part of Mini history, motorsport. Minis won the Monte Carlo Rally 3 times in the 60s. Mini fan Paul Salmer can admire the original vehicles here.
The Works Mini to have won the Monte Carlo in 1967. And the driver in the car was Rauno Aaltonen, a giant killing act. And I think that's part of the attraction of the Minis, you know, the underdog beating the big dogs.
Rauno Aaltonen from Finland was the first to cross the finish line in Monte Carlo in January 1967, after a day-long wild ride through the French Maritime Alps, in which the little Mini left all the other much larger and more powerful rally cars in its wake.
The Mini was headstrong at times, but also so precise to drive. You could do things with it that you couldn't do with any other car. The car could instantly change direction when you wanted. And that meant we couldn't just drive 100% fast, but 110% fast. Always too fast on purpose, because humans are a bit pessimistic.
The successes in motorsport were an important marketing tool for the Mini and boosted the popularity and sales figures of the little speedster immensely.
The competition side of it made it seem like a racy thing, you know, as something that's nice to have. You can go off and race in it. And then, of course, later on, we had the Italian Job film, which showed it in a similar sort of like a cheeky car driving down steps, getting away with the gold, and and that sort of got a whole new audience, interested in the car.
In the 1969 action thriller The Italian Job, which was remade in 2003, thieves steal gold bars and then flee from the police in spectacular fashion in a Mini. It became a blockbuster at the box office, especially in the US.
I think in the United States, really kind of one of the movies, and I'm sure people have talked about The Italian Job, where they, brought these little Minis in and people saw them and they were so fast and they had fun, and that added to it. I think just the history of seeing it grow, literally, and figuratively in the world. I think there's just this not rebel idea, but just kind of a little bit different way of doing things.
Simply being a little different from all the others, the Mini has conquered the whole world with this image. There's a strong Mini community not only in the US. The unique small car also has an incredible number of fans in Asia, and Mini lovers from all over the world maintain a close connection with one another online and at international Mini meets.
It's such a strong bond in the Mini community all over the world because of the connection of the Mini itself. So it really does open up new relationships.
I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world, and there is this little happiness for this little car.
And around the world, women in particular love the Mini. In most countries, there are more female Mini buyers than male.
Wow. Oh, it looks incredible.
The Mini has always been one of the top brands among women.
Originally, they were loved by women because nice small size, easy to park, easy to drive around town. These are tough little cars. They're simple. You know, I've driven some nice cars in my time, but this isn't the fastest. It's not the best handling, but it's absolutely the most fun. They're just the most fun.
You are so beautiful.
The car's appearance also plays a role in making it so popular.
When you look at the front of that Mini and it's got those big eyes, it just looks like a happy, fun little car. I think they're cute, and I'm all about being cute. I'm a little bit of a girly girl. And now that I have an S, I've got a little bit more zip on it, so that makes it even more fun. And you can take curves, and you feel like you're taking that curve at a good pace. Not that I speed ever, but it handles so well.
They told me that nothing is forever.
And so it's no wonder that a woman, the Scottish pop singer Lulu, was at the wheel when the last Mini rolled out of the Longbridge plant in Birmingham in October 2000. With the British car industry in crisis, the demise of this icon seemed all but certain. But then, BMW took over the Mini brand and launched a new edition of the British cult car. And today, many women set the tone in BMW's Mini production. Their taste and expertise are particularly in demand when it comes to design.
One of my favorite parts of a Mini concept S-Man, and actually love every detail of this car, would be the neon loudspeakers. You can find so many lovely details on the seat, and I especially like the stitching. The embroidery details are bright and playful.
My absolute favorite part in this concept is the no-surprise green textile we used for the door handle and steering wheel.
I'm Christine Zurian from Mini Design. We thought it would be a great opportunity to do a small sketch demo and show you the Mini hatch.
Christine Zurian designed the most masculine of all Mini models, the Countryman, a subcompact crossover SUV. And the BMW sub-brand, which was taken to new heights by Stephanie Wurst, has produced such cars as the Patmos Mini Edition, a tribute to Pat Moss, who won races with the Mini Cooper in the 1960s. Another example of the Mini's strong bond with women.
I think it's great to see, you know, women having an interest in cars and building cars. I guess if women are involved in the design and the engineering of it, then maybe it fits women better.
For over 2 decades, BMW has been continuously developing the original Mini concept with a wide range of models. There's something for everyone, from their workhorse, the Clubman, to the convertible, and the John Cooper Works hot hatch. And when the Mini Cooper Register Club meets in the UK for a drive, one question is, of course, always the subject of heated debate. Are the new models from BMW still genuine Minis?
I think it's not a true Mini. You just can't replace that noise that you can hear now, and it bounces along. It just flies around every corner. It is, I mean, this is just a little go-kart.
The original Mini was renowned for its go-kart-like handling, and they managed to kind of replicate that in the more modern Mini.
You can have the same sort of feel of the Mini Cooper from the 1960s in that car, because I have one as well, so I know, so I can compare. We can just really just go right around the corner, very steep corner, and you know, it doesn't make a fuss.
So when it comes to handling, the BMW Minis are in no way inferior to their British predecessors.
The original modern Mini carried over so many of the cues from the original Mini, and you know, a lot of character was carried across, but in in a bigger package, a more modern package. It's good that, and natural that Mini have gone, offering an electric Mini now. I think it could suit a Mini very well because the responsiveness of electric cars would really suit a Mini well, I think.
And always remember to dance.
Looking ahead, the entire Mini model range is to be electrified step by step. And not only that, BMW also wants to make the car with the great history fit for the future in all respects.
With the development that BMW are doing, there's no reason why they can't keep going forever.
And so the car will continue and will stay young because it will always be changing.
Well, it helps me to stay young, that's for sure.
My very first car was a Mini. I had a Mini when I was 17. It's just as much fun today as it was. And I think that's why it'll stay young, because it's just as much fun. I think if it stays fun, it'll live forever.
It takes me back to being younger as well. I think it is. It's forever young.
And always remember to dance.
The Mini, a legend that remains forever young and has been driving optimistically into the future since the swinging 60s. The Mini, a unique phenomenon in automotive history. More than a car, it's an outlook on life that simply never goes out of fashion. What do you think? Leave us a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.